I'm super happy about today's video because that just means I have another thrift haul for you of some thrifted treasures I found recently, either at an estate sale this past weekend or when I've popped into a couple of Goodwills. And at this point, I'm not even so sure I can call it a hobby anymore. I feel like I'm full and well an addict at this point. I love going in people's houses and seeing their decor even, and just everything they've collected over the years, and even just popping into my local thrift stores as well. It's just so fun to find items that just really resonate with me and just kind of see that older style out there still that I personally love so much. And they do definitely have still some new and modern things at estate sales that I've been to anyway. I just might not always show you it in my hauls per se, because like I said, I kind of like that older look of things. But I do definitely still like to mix the aesthetic of some older things and some newer, more modern things. And if you are new here, my name is Katie. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video and being with me here in this moment. But if you are already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you for sticking around with me here. And if you are not subscribed yet, please be sure to hit that little subscribe button down below. And if you do end up liking today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up as well. Also, if you see anything you like in this video, or if you love to go estate sailing yourself or hitting up your local thrift stores, let me know in the comments down below some items that you have found recently that you just love so much. First up, we'll start with the cutest heart dish I found from my local Goodwill. You know I can't say no to a heart-shaped thing. It just does something for me. I like that it's a bit of a deeper, nice size, and on the bottom here it says food safe, dishwasher safe, microwave safe, oven safe up to 350, and the material is dolomite, but the detailing on it is so cute and minimal, perfect for the kitchen. This next item I found at a very Victorian style estate sale. Walking through that home was so fun because it truly looked like it hadn't been touched since that Victorian era. I love items like this that have that vintage gold brass look to it, because obviously it's what makes it look so vintage, and the detailing on it is so intricate. I just feel like you don't see things made like this anymore. But I like the little legs on the bottom here, and it would be cute even sitting in a bathroom, or honestly you could really put it anywhere because it is still nice and neutral. And unfortunately there's no brand or anything on the bottom either. And with a very similar vibe, I found these two candlestick holders, obviously at that same estate sale, but these are a nice statement on their own. Pop a little candle on there and you have the perfect little piece to set out somewhere. I also like how they're similar, but just a little bit different. Honestly, all of this would be cute even sitting out together somewhere on a table. Next from Goodwill is this heart-shaped basket. Of course, are you surprised that I would pick something like this up? And what I really loved about it was the darker kind of red color heart shape going throughout the side. I love the dainty size of this one, and I just feel like you could never have too many baskets. Speaking of baskets, I also have this one that I found from Goodwill as well. I like how the wicker on this one was a nice soft cream white color, and the material on the inside is this soft butter yellow color, and it kind of has that gingham style print. But I thought the design of this had that soft summer feel to it, which I just appreciate so much, and is a nice way to kind of brighten up an area in the house, just for if you need to store things in here, or even if you put it in a little kid's room. Something like this is cute to kind of store their things in as well, but also in a bathroom, something like this could be really cute. Even just putting some toilet paper or something in there, you know, just kind of makes it feel a little bit cuter. So apparently I have an obsession with collecting dominoes. I did love dominoes a lot as a kid, so it's very nostalgic for me. I would play this for so long, and I just remember how fun it was as a kid. So I don't know, I thought something about this one was really cute and more unique. I love how it opens up in the front here, and it just looks like a bit more of a high quality set to me, and it's still in pretty good condition. I think it's just the wood look to it that I like so much. Next, at an estate sale, I found this doily style table scarf, and I just love all of the detailing on this one, and especially the scallop trim on it. Something about a scalloped trim just does something for me that I so appreciate. It has this really pretty detail on each corner with these flowers and the little eyelets going throughout it. I love anything with a floral pattern as well, and I just love how this can really feel kind of feminine and dainty in a space, and perfect for layering over a tablecloth or something you already have, or even if you already have like a wood table that looks really nice, something like this thrown over the top of it where you can still kind of see the wood on the sides, I think can be really pretty as well. But I personally think these are another item you cannot have too many of, because they're just so fun to decorate with and can really make a space extra cute, and sometimes you just need different variations of sizes, you know? This next item is just a wooden Kleenex box cover that I thought was so cute in the wood, and of course the heart shape in the front is just the sweetest, but I think it's kind of cute to set these over your Kleenex versus just seeing the ugly box that they usually are. I think this can make it feel, you know, a little bit cutesy and whimsical feeling, a little bit of that cottagecore vibe that you can kind of easily pull into your home with items like this. A bit random, but I do think it's really cute that someone made this out of wood. I love a heart-shaped thing. I can't help myself. Then I have this item that I found from Goodwill, which I don't technically know what these are called. They just have it labeled as a wall hook, but I love how this kind of slides out like that, and then you could hang a whole bunch of your necklaces or any kind of jewelry you have. You can put this up on your wall somewhere, even if, you know, you wanted to put it in your closet to display your jewelry or something. I thought this would be the perfect little thing for that. And I actually saw some girl do that with something like this on TikTok. Otherwise, if I saw this in Goodwill, I don't know that I would have thought to do that with something like this, because I would have been like, what the heck is this? Because it moves and just can lay flat like that. So I don't know what this was originally used for. Maybe they did use this for jewelry storage. I have no idea, but if you do, let me know in the comments down below. Next, I have this decorative bowl with all the vibrant flowers on the inside. I love a good floral detail. I think it's so pretty, feminine, dainty, and a nice way to add some color into your aesthetic a little bit. This is the brand logo on the bottom. To me, this just makes a more traditional kitchen item feel a little bit more fun and playful. And I also like that it has a little design with the flowers on the side of the bowl as well, because I feel like you don't really see that quite as often. And then it's got that scalloping all along the trim there. I love how it has the signature gold color, but then it plays nicely with all these fun colors on the flowers. Now, this is a recent favorite thrift find of mine. This lamp is so gorgeous. I got from Goodwill, and I did thrift one also from Goodwill probably at least 6 months ago by now at this point, and it's a bit smaller than this, but I do really like the size of this one, and it's not in perfect condition because it is missing a bolt on the screw up here. I feel like I can easily fix that by getting a little bolt for the underside of it, and it'll be good as new. It also doesn't have a bottom, but it kind of still sits flush, and it was such a reasonable price, and you can hardly find these anymore, and even for a decent price at the same time, so I just had to snag this. Again, this is just so my style. It looks so cool and vintage. I love the floral detailing going throughout each lampshade. Everything about this is just perfect to me. I love the kind of brass gold color and the little detailing at the top here. I also like that it has the touch feature at the bottom. Something about that I think is so fun, but personally, I think items like this styled throughout your home is what can make your home stand out, because these just have so much charm to them. You know, your normal lamps these days don't look like this or have this energy, in my opinion. This wooden piece I found at an estate sale, which I believe people originally used this for showcasing more vintage spoons and kind of storing them that way. But me and my mom both saw on Pinterest where they were using this to display dried flowers with upside down, and it looked so cute and whimsical, and me and my mom love our flowers. We are planting them all the time. So when we saw that idea, we've kind of been on the lookout for something like this. How cute to display somewhere in the home with your own personal flowers, or even ones that you buy at Trader Joe's or even Walmart or a farmer's market or something. And unfortunately, someone ripped off the brand on the back of this, which I hate that because I love seeing where things are sourced from, obviously. So I would have loved to know that, because it does feel like, you know, a more nice quality wood piece. And even if you had kids, I think this would be a cute little activity to do with them, and tell them if you have flowers in your garden to go pick some of their favorites, and then you can eventually hang them up here upside down for them to see in the house. Kind of a fun thing to do with them as well. And speaking of flowers, also picked up this decorative pillow from Goodwill. I love the size of this one and the cute tassels on it. I like how it has a little bit of color to it on the flowers, but they're still faded enough that the whole thing just looks really nice and neutral. And I also love that it doesn't even have that weird Goodwill smell to it either. It's like nice and clean still, which love that. Next, I have another glass heart dish, which I can never have too many of these either. I'm obsessed with little dishes like this, and of course this one's so nice and neutral, and I love the little dainty size of it. It has the scallop trim and the cutest detailing all throughout. And I mean, for 50 cents, what a find. Also for 50 cents is this candle dish holder in, again, that vintagey brass gold color. I love the look of it, how it looks like a sun, and it has these small star details throughout. So cute to sit a little candle in. Same with this little heart dish I just showed you as well. It would be cute to have it all melting in there. I think that would look really cool. But I've never seen a candle dish in this style before. Obviously you can put whatever you want in it, but I just love how unique this one looks. Next at an estate sale is this vintage bell that I found, and I loved it because it had the cherries on the top. I thought something like this was so unique. Don't really know when I'm gonna ever use or need a bell, but you never know. But I just imagined it sitting out for decor. I thought it was so cute and charming. But the cherries kind of have a stained glass look to them. I thought was really cool. Also at the estate sale, I found these smaller glass dishes, but they are the coolest leopard print on them. So, you know, I couldn't pass these up. Even though I don't know always what I'm gonna use stuff for when it's got leopard, I gotta have it because I know the idea will come to me eventually. I love the moody leopard pattern on this one. And then this one has a bit more of a darker orange hue to it, but I still think this one looks really cool. But because I have candles on my mind from talking about them previously, it would be cute to put smaller candles in this one and have them melting in here as well, because obviously it'll catch the wax that drips. But even just setting these out somewhere to store your rings in or something, or some earrings, or even your wedding ring in or something, because the leopard is just my vibe. I can definitely see me using these for all different kinds of things, honestly. Next, from Goodwill, I fell in love with this toothbrush holder. I haven't even checked if my toothbrush is actually going to fit in there, because the ones I get are a little bit thicker, so I'm just hoping and praying that it fits in here, because this is the cutest thing I have ever seen. And it says $286 on here, but it was 75% off blue tags that day, so what a steal. It is so charming and cute. You know, I love my floral details, and the blue and the white mixed with it looks so pretty. I like that it says violets on the side here, and the flowers just so cute and dainty. I love how it looks like a legit watering can. I think that is so charming. Next is this glass dish, which I thought was so unique because it has a donkey on the top. And one thing about me is I love my farm animals. I love donkeys so much, but I love cows, especially the more Highland looking cows, but I love all the cows. And I like geese, I like ducks, I like horses, and I love goats. But when I saw this had the donkey on it, I had to have this immediately. I think this is so cool. Don't know again what I'm going to use this for, but it's a plain glass dish. You can really use these for whatever comes to your mind, honestly. But where in my life am I ever going to find an item like this again? That's why I love thrifting so much, because you really find some of the most bizarre yet cute, charming things. I don't know, I love it so much. These next items were also at an estate sale that I thought they looked so cute paired together in this soft blue and beige color. And speaking of farm animals, we have some geese here. I cannot say no to goose things. I think they're so precious. I like the smaller size of them, and the colorway is just perfect. Same with the heart-shaped jar with also the hearts on the side here, but pretty sure someone made this in a pottery class because that is what it says on the bottom there. So an item like this just feels even more special to me because someone personally handmade this when they went to a cute pottery class, and they actually made this so well. I love this. I don't know that I could make anything this cute, to be honest, but I really never gave it a go in pottery, so who knows, maybe I'm a pro. Also picked up this sconce style candle holder. I love the slim design on this one, and of course it's that vintagey brass gold color, which I love so much. I think this looks so pretty hanging up on a wall somewhere, even if you wanted to do a fun colorful candle or keep it simple, or the ones that are battery operated so you don't have to light one all the time, because you know that's not always the safest, especially if you're gonna be hanging it up on a wall, but a girl can dream. And I also appreciate to find ones that aren't super heavy because, you know, you're gonna be hanging it on the wall. You don't have to be looking for a stud every single time. At least I don't want to be doing that. I just want to hang it up where I want to hang it and not have to worry about it. So love when you can find items like this that are not super heavy. Also from Goodwill, found this vintage bunny. I love how cutesy this one is. So perfect to decorate with for Easter. I love that time of year because you're just over winter so much, so it's so fun to start putting out your Eastery items like this. Look at the details on her little face. It is so precious with the ears, and I like how it has just that older vintagey design to it that you just don't really always see that often. And it's the cutest little size to sit out somewhere. I forgot about my tea over here, and now it is just not even lukewarm. It is just absolutely cold. Surprise, I have more flowers to show you. I picked up this wall art from Goodwill. I just loved this so much. The flowers on here look so vintage and charming. I honestly thought about maybe hanging this up in my bathroom right now because I do have another flower picture that I also picked up from Goodwill as well, I'm pretty sure. And I didn't even know where I was gonna put it, and I just decided to give it a try in my bathroom, and it actually looks really cute. So this might kind of match the vibe perfectly. Decor like this I think instantly makes this space feel so much more cozy. And some more linens I found at an estate sale was this queen size bed skirt. I have a bed skirt on my bed right now, which is also a queen. I ended up getting it from Amazon, but I love it so much. It also looks very vintage. I can link that down below for you, but I fell in love with this one too that I could honestly replace with the one I have now. But there's also another queen bed we have in our house that could use a bed skirt, so we picked this one up, and I think it was like $2, if that even, so such a steal. But it's got that scalloped look all along the trim there. It's got the pretty eyelet detailing running throughout the bottom, and it's kind of a nice linen feel to it, a little bit sheer, which I also like. Next, at an estate sale for only $1, I found the cutest yellow and white striped throw blanket, but it kind of has that towel material to it as well, and it also has the cutest fringe detailing on the side here. But I picked this up because I envisioned using it for more of a beach blanket. I was going to bring this back with me to California when we go to Malibu or Laguna Beach. We always love to have something like this to lay out on because they're just so nice and soft and comfortable, and usually big enough for me and Devin both, but we usually end up bringing so many towels anyway. But I thought this one was so cute and summery. The brand on here is Threshold, and I loved it because it was 100% cotton. And then at the same estate sale, I picked up this throw blanket in the crochet knit look. I love these styles of blankets so much. They're perfect for even decor, throwing on a couch or a cute chair or something, and they just kind of make it obviously feel more cozy as well, but it has these scalloping again along all of the trim, so you know I could not resist. And it's just the nice neutral cream colors, so obviously it's gonna look cute with so many different patterns even, or different colors. The perfect little sized blanket. I definitely feel like I can find some good quality linens and blankets and even quilts. The one I have on my bed right now that I've showed before in a previous haul and also a vlog as well, I love it so much. I got it for such a good deal. It did have a couple stains on it, but they came out really well, so now the quilt looks brand new, and I got it for such a steal because you know quilts can be really expensive. Same with blankets like this as well, so I'm telling you, estate sales are where it's at to find these things. And also at that same estate sale I found this funky flower vase, but you know I loved it so much because it had the leopard print design going throughout it, and I love this more vintagey orange brown color mixed with this lighter kind of yellow neon green color. I think looks so funky and fun and kind of pulls that 70s style a little bit, so I think this would be a fun centerpiece on a table with some flowers, of course, sticking out. Maybe like a light pink color I think could vibe with this really cool. And lastly, to show you are these records I found at that same estate sale, and I feel like I got these for such a good price. And unfortunately I don't personally own a record player myself yet, but I promise you I will one day. I'm gonna find one at an estate sale. I am just manifesting it for myself now. But a couple of my friends do have record players that we listen to some albums on, and they just sound so lovely. It just already has that vintagey sound quality to it that you just can't get through Spotify, you know? It's different. It creates a better vibe and ambiance. So that's why I know I better start collecting some records now, because I'm gonna want to listen to them on the record player that I find one day. First up is this album from The Carpenters, and I just love the cover art on this one is too, because red's my favorite color, so even using these as decor purposes I think is really fun to do throughout the home too. And then I found this Sonny and Cher one. It says the cowboy's work is never done. Love the photo on the front, and also on the back here, her looks back in the day were just iconic. Another Sonny and Cher one. Love the groovy artwork on this one in the fun colors, and then the vintage black and white look on the back with different photos. I think they look so cool and vintage. And then I found this groovy one from the Mamas and the Papas. Again, love all of the coloring on this one. Also found this John Denver record, which of course has all of his classics on this one. Had to pick up this one from the iconic Olivia Newton-John, and I love the photos of her on this one. She was just so beautiful. Picked up another classic one from Cher, and it also has this vintage photo on the back. Then I found these two from Barbara Streisand, and I love the photos on these ones. I just felt like these were some other classic ones to add to the collection. Then I found these 3 Frank Sinatra albums, which I love his music so much. It's so relaxing, so I feel like on a record player these are gonna sound so lovely. I feel like these ones I picked up had a lot of his more mainstream songs that I've heard before, but I just love his voice in general, so I feel like he cannot have a bad song. And I love how they all already have kind of a worn look to them, obviously because people have used and abused them over their years, but I kind of like that with items where they don't look brand new because they just have that vintage charm to them then. So those were all of my items I had to show you for today's thrift haul, which were obviously focused more towards home decor, but stay tuned because I have another thrift haul coming for you probably right after this one, which will be more clothing and accessories focused. So if you don't want to miss that video, make sure you are subscribed down below if you are not already, and please be sure to give this video a thumbs up as well. But I do hope you enjoyed today's video of all of my thrifted treasures I have found recently that have brought me so much joy, and I can't wait to style them and show you in the future. I just truly do feel like I find so many good quality items at different estate sales or even going to my local thrift stores. I cannot believe how much good stuff there is just sitting out there secondhand waiting for me to find, and also you as well. If you have not tried thrifting yet, I highly recommend giving it a go, but do not be discouraged on your first time if you don't hit the jackpot, because not every time you go thrifting is going to be a good one. But in my opinion, that's what makes it fun, because you just never know what you're going to find and come across the exact item that you were manifesting for yourself. And you know, there's just something fun about going through someone's home and seeing how they've decorated over the years, or things they have even collected. I remember an estate sale I went to recently where a woman had a room downstairs filled with just purses. I don't know how she's collected that many purses over the years, but it was just totes and totes and totes of purses. I can't even imagine owning that many purses. I don't know how you would ever choose which one you want to use for the day, because man, she had so many. But like I said, it's fun to go and see different things people have collected throughout the years. And there's just something more fun to me about getting it at a thrift store or an estate sale versus getting it in an actual store you would shop at in today's world. I just feel like they're missing the mark a little bit. There's not as much charm and character in those items, and not as much detail and things like they made them back in the day. But again, I want to thank you so much for being with me here in this moment. I love you, and I will see you in my next video.